Greetings to Dr. Faza and my dear fellow classmates. So, my name is Divika Raghunasekar and my metric number is 198188. So, today I would like to present about the site synthesis and literature review and also the precedent study, which are proposed for the Sedang town. So, let me start. I've done my site synthesis according to the SWOT based on the inventory and analysis. So, the strength would be good access from all areas, main focal point for many people in daily life and activities, especially students and residents around the Sri Sedang area. The weakness would be the lack of attraction despite the major land use, unbalanced illegal vegetation by residents along the residential area, no proper water runoff, and the opportunities will be potential developed integration between community, nature, and social. Potential being an eco-city or a green urban with some needed development and improvisation. Threats will be majorly affected by flash flood that cause nature hazard. So this is the site that we have given Sri Sedang area. So I have decided to divide it into 4 different zones, which the zone 1 would be the major commercial area. Second zone, the green one would be the residential, recreational, institutional, and commercial area in a space. And the third zone would be the major residential area. And the fourth zone would be the commercial, residential, and institutional area. So according to the inventory and analysis that I came across, and then I have made my SWOT, and I would like to highlight certain issues and propose certain solutions for that. So the first site issue would be the illegal vegetation planted over residential area which spoil the view and give an unbalanced vegetation hierarchy. So as I know, especially in the residential area in zone 2, zone 3, and also zone 4, the residents love to plant the illegal planting according to their needs in all over the places in the residential area, which it spoils the balance of the vegetation around the area and it gives not a good view. So that to help the residents to have a private kind of space for them to actually garden or plant their trees that they would like to. I would like to propose a space for residents to do their illegal plantings such as the edible garden or the community garden. So the difference between the edible garden and community garden is the edible garden are much more smaller and it can be done in each zone, maybe like 1 or 2 parts in each zone. But the community garden is like to connect all the zones or even people from the other parts of the Sri Sedang or Sedang area that can come actually to have their planting here. So that is the purpose that I would like to reduce the illegal planting around the residential area and propose a space for the residents to plant their needs. So the second side issue would be the lack of attraction despite the major land use which can connect human and nature along. So as we know that Sri Sedang area is mainly comprises of recreational area, commercial area, institutional area, and also residential area. Other than this, there's no any other elements of attraction towards the Sri Sedang area from the outsiders to visit or anything that even to make the Sri Sedang to enhance. So I would like to propose to nurture a sense of place by creating spaces such as amenity green space. The green space most commonly found in the residential area, it includes informal recreation space and green spaces in and around housing, with a primary purpose of providing opportunities for informal activities close to home or work. So the second one would be the pocket garden. This pocket garden will be able to connect human and nature along the pocket garden to create a sense of place with landscaping element that would also create a wow factor, decorate private retreats and give a little life to the space. And the third idea would be the digital light public space. So as in my observation, Sri Sedang during the night only will be active in the zone 1 and also certain place in the zone 4 because there is a commercial area. Other than that, like for example, in zone 2 or zone 3, the place would be very silent. So with this, I would like to propose the digital light public space to create a sense of place by beautifying and serve a purpose for users from all areas to connect with each other and the nature during the night, which will also make the street Sedang lively at night. This digital light works from solar renewable energy that collected from the sunlight during the daytime. So the third issue would be that no proper water runoff can cause natural hazards such as flash flood oftenly. So Sri Sedang is oftenly in having flash flood because of no proper water runoff and the drainage system provided in the Sri Sedang area, especially in the zone 4. So I would like to propose natural and sustainable drainage or hydrology system that better for urban water runoff, such as a bioretention bed. Bioretention bed system are used to remove a wide range of pollutants such as suspended solid, nutrient metals, hydrocarbons, and bacteria from stormwater runoff by also adding rain gardens. They can also be used for reduced peak runoff rates and increase stormwater infiltration with design as a multi-stage or multifunction facility. Other than that, I can also propose biofuels. Biofuels are stormwater runoff conveyance system that provide an alternative to storm sewers. They can absorb low flows or carry runoff from heavy rains to stormwater sewer inlets to or directly to surface water. The third idea would be sustainable drainage system. Sustainable drainage system also has, we know that it is a SUDS or sustainable urban drainage system are a collection of water management practices that aim to align modern drainage system with natural water process. All these ideas will actually be able to reduce the flash flood that might happen in the future in Sedang. Last issue would be a non-eco-friendly material used for infrastructure cause issues such as urban heating. So I would like to propose eco-friendly or green elements on the infrastructure and facilities such as first will be like permeable pavement. So we all know that permeable paving is a method of paving vehicles and pedestrian pathway to enable infiltration or stormwater runoff. So these permeable pavement surface typically include pervious concrete, porous asphalt, paving stones, and interlocking pavers. Unlike traditional impervious paving material, permeable paving system allow stormwater to percolate and infiltrate through the pavement and into the aggregate layer and or soil below. In addition to reduce the surface runoff, permeable paving system can trap suspended solids, thereby filtering pollutants from the stormwater. So these small elements like the materials can help for the stormwater runoff. So the second idea would be green parking. So as we know, there is a major parking provided in the zone 1 near the commercial area, but it is not maintained properly or not utilized properly. So that place is very heaty. So by providing green parking, it improves water quality, increase groundwater supply, reduce the urban highland effect. The environmental impact is considerable with the Environmental Protection Agency estimating the porous pavement can remove 65% to 100% of sediment, metals and other pollutants. So this would actually enhance the temperature of the place. And the last idea would be the green roof. So green roof serve several purposes for a building such as absorbing rainwater, providing insulation, creating a habitat for wildlife, increasing benevolence and decreasing stress of the people around the roof by providing more aesthetically pleasing landscape and helping to lower urban air temperature and mitigate the heat island effect. So these we know that in Switzerland is mainly about urbanization development. So to have a vegetation or green areas in the urban area is very less. So that like we can have a small ideas like green roof at the architectures so that it will enhance the aesthetic value of the place, and also it serves a purpose for the environment as well. So that is all that I have given for my synthesis. So next, I would like to explain about the literature review. So for the literature review, I have chosen 3 literature review that would serve a purpose for my project. So I have chosen the green city, urban stormwater management, and also the low carbon cities. So green city is a city means way to increase the sustainability of urbanized area. It is a concept of urban planning relying on the ecosystem service that green infrastructure can supply and strive together to balance ecological, economic, and social need to ensure the clean, healthy, and safe environment for all. The Green City aim is to ensure a viable future impact placed on the environment by urbanization and growing population, which includes air and water pollution, climate change, and habitat loss. So, what are the essential elements of green cities are green and blue oxygen producing areas, which are green urban green area system include both green space within the city and those lying outskirts. The second one will be the green corridors, a multi-purpose area including recreational and biodiversity conservation. The third one would be green belts, area delimited around the large cities with a view to protect the element of natural setting. They are meant to prevent their uncontrolled expansion to preserve the valuable traditional landscape and ensure additional area for the leisure and recreation. The fourth one will be the urban forest. So urban forest is to form the small cluster around the residential buildings to parkland to remain of the natural forest. So for example, the industry certain area, it's mainly urbanized area, so it's more to the buildings and architecture type of place. So by having urban forests, we can form a cluster of forests which to create a better biodiversity ecological biodiversity in the urban area. So the fifth one will be green walls and vertical gardens. It's unlike the conventional city where urban greenness is only for the urban structure component. The green cities regard it as a central point. And the last one would be greenhouses. A more recent trend is returning to the old method techniques and building materials. Okay, what are the benefits of green city? It is to improve the city water management, improve of the quality of life, improve the thermal insulation of building, mitigate the effect of global warming, greater climatic and acoustic comfort, and great biodiversity. So that's all for the green city review. Next will be the urban stormwater management. So what is urban stormwater management? Urban stormwater management or urban runoff is a surface runoff of a rainwater created by urbanization. This runoff is a major source of flooding and water pollution in urban communities worldwide. So I would like to take this literature review because we know that certain area often gets into the flash flood, which we need to have a solution for that. So the main objective of the urban stormwater management is to ensure the safety of public, control nuisance flooding, and provide the safe passage of less frequent and larger flood events, stabilize the landform and control erosion, optimize the land available for urban development, minimize the environmental impact of urban runoff on water quality, and lastly, enhance the urban landscape. So this is the changes in hydrology and runoff due to development. So the up one would be before the development and the down one would be after the development. So there are 3 phases of urban stormwater management, which is the stormwater quantity control, which cause flash flood, erosion and sediment control, which cause the mud flood, stormwater quality control, which cause the polluted rivers. So this is the literature review on the urban stormwater management. And lastly, it would be low carbon cities. So low carbon city can be defined as a city that comprises of society that consumes sustainable green technology, green practices, and emit relatively low carbon or greenhouse gases to avoid adverse impacts of climate change. So what are the effects of high carbon emission into the environment is like happening global warming, effect of crop production, rise of sea level, effect of human activities and health. So what are the aim of low carbon city? Low carbon city approach also aims to promote livable cities that offer residents good quality of life with respect to green technologies, energy efficiency, improved health due to less pollution, and desirable socio-economic characteristics. So see that this is the planning and design principle of low carbon cities. So increasing awareness of energy conservation and saving, selection of suitable structure and material for energy conservation, eco-friendly transportation plan, determination of boundaries based on the ecological element, efficient land use, urban renewable, and density control. So this is the low carbon city construction in relation to the four factors that contribute to carbon emission. So the first one is the clean energy, second one is the advance in industrial technology, third one would be the resource recycling, and the last one would be the enhanced carbon pool. So that's all for the low carbon city, and with that literature review are done. So I would like to proceed to the next one, which is the precedent study and the last one as well. So let's resume back for the precedent study. So I would like to elaborate in detail about the precedent study that I have chosen for my project. So the two precedent studies that I have chosen is the Tianjin Eco City in China and also the Binhai Eco City in China as well. I have chosen these two precedent study because it has the connection with the proposed eco city. So I would like to propose an eco city in the Switzerland town. So this would be a good precedent study for me to look as a reference for me to do in my project. So Tianjin Eco City, let's start with the background. Tianjin is the Sino-Singapore city, second largest government-to-government project between Singapore and China, founded in the April 2007 against the backdrop of rapid urbanization and increasing global attention on the importance of sustainable development. 18 November 2007 signed agreement to develop Sino-Singapore Tianjin Eco City, and it aims to serve as a legacy for future generations by creating environmentally friendly, economically viable, energy efficient urban areas. So the development time frame is a total land area of 30 square kilometer completed in 2020. Population of 350,000 residents. Startup area by end of 2013. Prior to the development of the eco city, the site comprised mainly substance barren land and polluted water bodies, including 2.6 square kilometer large wastewater pond. So this is the older version of the Tangent Ecocity and the new one after the development. So the area, it should be developed on non-arable land located in area facing water shortage. Tangent because state of development of surrounding infrastructure is of accessibility and commercial viability. Located within Tangent behind new area, one of the fastest growing regions in China. So, what is the vision of Tianjin Eco City? Is a thriving city which is socially harmonious, environmental friendly, and resource efficient, a model for sustainable development. So, what are the concepts that I've been using in Tianjin Eco City? Is the three harmonies, which is people living in harmony with other people, social harmony, people living in harmony with economic activities, economic vibrancy, people living in harmony with the environment, environmental sustainability. The three abilities are the practicable technologies adopted in the ecocity must be affordable and commercially viable. The applicable principle and models of the ecocity should be applied to the other cities in the China and other countries as well. Scalable principles and models should be adapted for another project of development of a different scale. So, the key performance indicator of the Tianjin Eco City is that covering ecological economic and social development. Startup area and entire eco-city are targeted for completion by end 2013 and 2020. The quantitative KPIs are the good natural environment, which are the ambient air quality, quality of water bodies within the eco-city, quality of water from taps, and also the net loss of natural wetlands. So the healthy balance in the main man-made environment is the proportion of green buildings. All buildings in the eco-city should be meet green building standard. Native vegetation index, at least 70% of the plant varieties in eco-city should be native plants and vegetation. And the third one is the per capita public green space. Public green space should be at least 12 square meters per person by 2013. So the development is a dynamic and efficient economy. The first one is the usage of renewable energy. The second one will be usage of water from non-traditional sources, proportion of R&D scientists and engineers in the eco-city workforce, and the last fourth one will be employment housing equilibrium index. The qualitative KPIs are maintain a safe and healthy ecological through green consumption and low carbon operation, adopt innovative policies that will promote regional collaboration and improve the environment of surrounding regions, give prominence to the river estuarine culture to preserve historic cultural heritage, manifest its uniqueness, complement the development of recycling industry, promote the orderly development of the surrounding regions. What are the good lifestyle habits per capita daily water consumption? The daily water consumption per day, it should not exceed under 20 liters by 2013. Per capita daily domestic waste generation, amount of domestic waste generated by each person should not exceed 0.8 kg by 2013. Proportion of green trips, at least 90% of trips within cities should be green trips by 2020. Green trips is a normativized transport, example cycling and walking, as well as trips on public transport. Overall recycling rate, at least 60% of the total waste should be recycled by 2013. The next one is the access to free recreational and sports amenities. All residential areas in cities should have access to free recreational and sports amenity within a walking distance of 500 meters by 2013. And the next one is the waste treatment. All hazardous and domestic waste in the eco-city should be rendered non-toxic through treatment before it is discharged. And the last one is the barrier-free accessibility. Eco-city should have 100% barrier-free access to all the areas. And the last for Tianjin Eco-city, China, is that the transport. So these yellow highways within the city present quick access route to the center of the city instead of easily blocked route. So the public transportation route, bus and subway routes are easily accessible, and one main route linked to airport while other subway routes are in the spider web linking to the center of all the city. Modes of transportation, bus, tube, taxi. So the traffic and congestion is the red lines are for the traffic jams, yellow are for the moderate cars, and green are fast movement. Okay, let's move on to the next precedent study, which is the Binhai Eco-City, which is also located in China. So let's move on to the background. The Binhai Eco-City is located outside of the Tianjin in northern China. It is covering the 49.2 hectares. Binhai Eco-City alone covers plant of 0.2 square kilometer. The project will consist of new central business district, 5 new cultural buildings. Project was conceived as a case study for a green urban development that could utilize renewable energy sources and allow for natural environment to penetrate area of the urban center. The architects are from Home Architecture Office, HAO. So the aim of the Binhai Eco-City is to set a new standard for environmentally conscious urban planning. The Eco-City development has planned green belt land to the north of the site, aims to push the green land towards the center of the site. The plan mimics an outstretched hand mixing green and functional area. The project is bordered by planned green belt to the north. So the design ideas are the first one would be the mixed-use plan comprised of new central district (CBD) and 5 cultural buildings that house a variety of space such as education center and sports facility. The second one will be the cultural building are set on the dedicated plateaus that just out of northern green space. The third one is a green spine tramway connects the CBD with the cultural buildings. And the fourth one is envisioned as a green pedestrian oasis. The eco-city sits top a raised plateau and allocates traffic and service to the lower level. Fifth one is all the buildings are designed with the combination of energy efficient features and renewable energy sources to reach near to net zero impact. The sixth one will be the ecological rich landscape contains a diversity of landscape type ranging from flowering meadows to the wetlands. The seventh one will be the landscape is designed to collect and filter stormwater runoff. And lastly will be the Binhai Eco-City will feature a variety of different landscape and ecologies. These are the sections view of Binhai Eco-City. With that, I would like to conclude that through my synthesis and also my aim to propose an eco-city in Sri Sudan town for the future would be enhanced and would be a good guided by the precedent study and as well as the literature review that I have gained through this. I would like to end my presentation on my synthesis, literature review, and also my precedent study. Thank you.